Good morning, March 20th, 2013 in the clinic in Kansas, and today I'm going to talk about viruses. I have an awful lot of clients who ask me, hey doc, what do you do when you get a virus? And if you take an antibiotic for a virus, it's just going to destroy the flora in your stomach. It might produce more harm because 80% of your immune system comes from your GI system, and then if you're harming your GI system with something it didn't even need, you could actually be sicker longer. So I wouldn't take an antibiotic. What we memorized in school for national boards was that the temperature goes up so your body can try to shift and get rid of this thing. So if you don't know if you got a bacteria or virus, let's run through that. Bacteria give you colored mucus, yellow or green, not clear. Bacteria give you a fever, a constant fever, not a variable fever where it goes up and down. So if you got clear, you're blowing your nose all the time and you got a lot of clear stuff and it's coming out and you're cold and you're hot and you're cold and you're hot, you got a virus. Pretty straightforward. What we have had a lot of our clients take is one product called Immuplex. Immuplex is formulated by standard process and designed to boost your immune system so it has a chance to go and fight. If you have calcium at home, crush up calcium. Calcium has an interesting role. The majority of our clients say that not only does it help, but I first learned in our continuing education class that if your body runs out of free fraction calcium, that your immune system starts to tank out of control, and that's why your body will produce a fever. But there's a relationship between calcium and your immune cells. A team of Japanese researchers is unraveling the role played by calcium ion influx in the mast cells and other immune system cells. February 14, 2013, for the first time ever, according to a magazine called Current Biology, they're studying the cellular processes underlying the body's response to healing, having revealed how flash of calcium is the very first step in repairing damaged tissue. So if you don't have enough calcium of the right kind from your dark greens or from the right sources and structurally sound type of calcium, so not just any calcium will do, that affects the healing response. That affects the immunological response. The finding indicates that the wound-inducing calcium flash represents the earliest identified signal for wound healing that might orchestrate the rapid recruitment of immune cells. So, got the right calcium, your immune system kicks up, you get to go fight, and you get to be healthy. So when your body is out of calcium, your body can't send the proper reflex to attack the tissue of the infection. So then you'll get your fever. It's a clear signal to add calcium. We use calcium lactate in the office. Some people use calcium stearate or calcium picolinate, but I wouldn't use calcium carbonate. By far, that's the cheapest. It's the one in gypsum and limestone. It's not really going to do much for your body. It's also the most widely available because it is the cheapest. Even Tropicana, made by Pepsi, so there's a super product, took it out because they realized it's not as effective as one they patented, which I won't even get into. That could be a whole different Oprah. Another thing people in our office use to help viruses, though, back on task, is elderberry juice. There's a lot of research that the components that are inside the elderberry help your body fight viruses. And we go through cases and cases in the office, so either my patients are illogical and they just buy things because it doesn't help, or those cases go through our office month after month only because it does help people prevent from being sick or get over the sickness faster. We use a local vineyard out of Kansas that produces that. But elderberry juice nonetheless is really good. One of my favorite things I use, whether I have a sore throat or I feel like something's coming on, or I've been around a lot of patients that aren't as healthy as they should be and they're trying to distribute a virus, is a formula I learned from a medical doctor named D.C. Jarvis in one of his books called Appalachia Folk Medicine, and it's a real simple recipe. You begin with a 12-ounce cup of really hot water, as hot as you can stand it. You put in a tablespoon of Bragg's apple cider vinegar with the mother. That's the brown, milky stuff, and you want to shake it up before you get your tablespoon out and put it in there. Regular apple cider, don't even bother buying it, don't bother putting it in. It isn't going to do very much for you, but the Bragg's has a bacterial culture that will help your body fight your virus. And the other thing I put in there is 1 tablespoon of raw honey. Not pasteurized honey, not commercially refined honey, raw honey from your local area. Long story about the bee propolis and what they do and what it offers you, but the short answer is Bragg's raw honey. You put those 3 things together and you kind of nurse and sip on that, that'll really help your body. I've had a ton of patients be more surprised when they tried it, but they were desperate enough that they're like, I'll try anything, doc, just get me through this. I've got to get back to work, the ranch, I can't be sick when my kids are sick, whatever the story. And that's it. Remember, it's easier to believe what you've been taught than it is to investigate the truth, so I always encourage you to go check these things out. That last one was by the book D.C. Jarvis, Appalachian Folk Medicine. And if you have any family tips that I don't know about, which is a great chance there are, please give me an email. My email is office, O-F-F-I-C-E, at nucca, N-U-C-C-A, .info. I'd love to know what works for your family. Thank you very much. Make it a great day.